Welcome into Moving the Chains. I'm Kevin Thomas alongside Jerel Hendricks. Got a great interview lined up today. We've got a very special guest to give us a 2022 season preview of the West Florence Knights, head coach Jody Jenerette. Coach, how you doing today?
What's up, man? I'm doing great. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, we appreciate your time. We really do. If this is you guys' first time checking us out, be sure to give us a follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. at Movin Chains, MovinChains. Also, our podcast is out on Spotify, Google, Apple, etc. So Coach Jenerette's heading into his fifth season here at the Knights. Let's give the fans a little bit of background about you, Coach. Where did you start coaching and how did you get to where the point you are now?
I coached at Manning High School for 2 years. Loved every second I was there. I was an assistant under Barry Avant. Barry's a very underappreciated head coach. He did a fantastic job. Went with Chuck Jordan at Conway and just could not have asked for a better spot. Chuck was good to me. He's a different cat. I'll tell him that. He's old now, so I don't like talking to feeble people as much as I used to with him. But, we played for state championship 3 times there, didn't get one. So after that, left, went to my alma mater there at Anner and coached for 13 years. Great people, but when it's time to go, and every head coach will tell you that. And left them in pretty good shape and just absolutely love West Florence High School. It's been the best thing I've ever done in my life. The people, the community, our superintendent, Dr. Richard O'Malley, my principal, Mr. Dowdell, and my AD, Greg Johnson. It's just been fantastic.
So, Coach Jenerette, for people who aren't familiar with the West Florence Knights, what can they expect on the offensive, defensive side of the ball?
Offensive right now, everything's going to go through Deuce Hudson. Deuce is our quarterback. He first year ever really being a quarterback last year. He came over from Darlington and got a lot better every single day. Love Deuce. The biggest thing with us is going to be who's going to replace Terry McKiffin and the 30 touchdowns he had last year. We think Darren Lloyd can do it, and I love Darren. He's a little bit smaller than Terry, but he's tough. Offensive line-wise, we got a good group coming back, led by Harrison Brown, 3-year starter. Josh Daniels, a big guy out there, is doing a great job. Tight end, we've had 2 Division I tight ends the last 2 years. And now Mason Benton's going to fall into those steps as well. And I think Mason can do it. He's as good as those guys, without a doubt, but hadn't had a chance to play DL last year. Wide receiver Stephen Smalls, 4-year starter. So, offensively, we feel like we're going to be pretty good, and we feel like we can move the ball. You want me to go into defense too?
Yes, sir. For sure.
Yeah, defensively, DL is going to be you could say weakness. I don't know if it's a weakness right now. I just think we got some guys that haven't played a lot there. Linebackers are really good. Obviously Kelvin Hunter, everybody's going to talk about him. He's a South Carolina guy that they've offered. Frank Emerson, I think, is the best linebacker in South Carolina, our middle linebacker. He will hit you in your face. That's a throwback kind of thing that not a lot of guys do anymore. Frank's as physical as anybody. And the secondary-wise, you got Tyler Brantley and Deshaun Gamble. Both those guys are really good players.
Very nice. So, Coach, you guys who hadn't watched you guys in person, as far as offense and defense goes, what are kind of maybe your schemes or strategies you guys like to kind of implement on both sides of the ball?
Man, I think we play really fast. And I don't know whether that's because we practice first block, because we practice shorter than most people. I don't go for 2 hours. We go less than 2 hours every day. But our kids play really fast, and they fly to the football. And obviously that helps if we have athletic guys. But we also have a scheme that's easy for them to learn, easy for them to grasp, and they can just run. And that's what we try to do. I love tempo. I love fast tempo stuff, but I love physical fast tempo. So it's kind of weird, most guys that if you're physical, they want to slow it down a little bit, milk the clock. But I want to knock you out. I want to make you quit. And that's kind of what our mentality is.
So, Coach, who do you call any plays on either side? I know you got Coach Devlin running on the defense.
Absolutely not, man. I ain't calling nothing. I got you got Jaron Devlin. You got Darrell Page is pretty much taken care of. Obviously Coach Page is a legend. Won a state championship at Wilson High School, and me and him has been friends forever. And just for me to come here and be with him, it's been a blessing for me. He's a voice that when he says something, the entire team listens to. And Coach Devlin's got got the brightest future of any assistant I could ever be around or ask for. He's fantastic, and he's going to be a daddy on Sunday. So we're fired up about that. It's his first one, and he timed it completely wrong, but it's just he screwed up. But I got Coach Perkins. He's been a head coach. Andres Perkins has been a head coach. Jaron Devlin's a big time. Braxton Ivory's a big time wide receiver coach. We just got a bunch of guys. Bowman Hiller. We got guys that I love and I trust, and it's just a really cool spot right now.
So, Coach, how's the summer been for you guys? Did y'all get out to a lot of 7-on-7s, and do you have any scrimmages and a jamboree already lined up for this year?
We did a better job at the big college ones. The one we did at Coastal, we finished second. The one we did at South Carolina, we finished second. Obviously, we don't throw the ball a ton, but it was always good to get out and do that kind of stuff. And I had a good time with those. I'm not a big 7-on-7 guy, but this year was worth it. I felt like we took steps, and I felt like this was really worth it to be a 7-on-7 team this year. Scrimmage wise, we got Westwood next Thursday. It's going to be a really good scrimmage here. Starts at 6. The following Monday, we go to Dillon. Anytime you go into White Walls, you better be ready.
That's right.
And then we got Brooklyn Casey. It's kind of like a quote jamboree. We played them on the 12th at Brooklyn Casey at 7 o'clock. So I think that scrimmage schedule lines up with anybody.
Mm-hmm. So, Coach, you play in arguably all of South Carolina high school football, Region 6 4A. You've got Hartsville, Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach, South Florence, Wilson. How much does that prepare you going into the playoffs, knowing that you have that region slate? And I know last year you guys, played Hartsville in the third round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I think anytime you play in this region, you're going to have to play somebody again. You go ahead and gear yourself to know you're going to play them again. Our region is a blessing and a curse. You're ready for the playoffs, but if you don't finish in the first or second spot, you're going to have to go on the road. And last year we had to go at South Aiken, at Hartsville, at Buford, back to back to back. And yes, we played well, and yes, we had a good run. But, if we didn't have to play them doggone teams in our region every week, we could have finished in first or second and maybe had some more home games. And, it's brutal. And people don't get it, and it looks good on paper, and you thinking, man, that's a tough region. But when you're in it, it's totally different. You know what I'm saying? Because, you go from Hartsville to South Florence to Wilson. And it's just a grind. It's over and over and over, and there is no break. North Myrtle, people forget they played for the state championship 2 years ago, man. Mm-hmm. It's unbelievable. But, our kids embrace it. They love it, and their head coach loves it too. But playoffs is tricky because you wind up on the road, you better be ready to roll.
That's right. Yeah, no weeks off for sure in that region, Coach. And on top of that, you guys have a heck of a outer region schedule too, playing some 5A powers like Lexington and Burns. Was that, part of your strategy to kind of get you guys ready for region play, or how did that those big games come about this year?
Well, I think Lexington's a no-brainer for us because we're an hour away from each other, both, similar schools from a, standpoint. The Burns thing came along, we had Darlington, and Darlington was allowed to go 3A at a late day. And lucky me, hey, all right, let's go get Burns. So it's pretty cool though, man. It'll be good. I think that our stadium, the way our stadium sets up, I think it's attractive to a big game feel like that when you got a Burns coming in, and we play pretty good here, so it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, Coach, I want to ask you about that new stadium. That was something, you guys, all the Florence schools played at Memorial Stadium, for forever, 50-plus years, same stadium there. You guys are finally on campus. How cool is that for your guys to be able to, be right there and play every week at your own place?
Words don't describe how cool that spot was last year. And, obviously we had to drive 20 minutes to get to our stadium to go to Florence Memorial. And I never, obviously that was my first year here, and I thought, this is for the birds, man. And what Dr. O'Malley did, man, with the new weight room and the new facilities, he made it to where we have no excuse now. We're as good as we have our facilities as good as anybody. But our environment, our student section is unbelievable. And just, if you think about our South Florence game last year, I think there were 6,000 people here, man. And that was as cool as atmosphere as I've ever been a part of. And I hope it just gets better and better and better.
So last year, you guys had a successful year going 9-4. You ended up, unfortunately, because of your region, being a 3 seed in the playoffs, but made a nice run to the lower state championship. Yeah. Things didn't go your way against Buford. But how has that motivated this team and fueled you guys this offseason?
There's high expectations. And I hate using coach talk. But in this scenario, you kind of have to because, I don't have to do a whole lot anymore. I don't have to scream as much as I used to. We have that senior group that kind of knows this is what we got to do. That's what they'll take advantage of, and they'll take care of it. And that's what we've done. It's just tell them, hey, this is what we got to do, and we're going to find a way to keep it rolling. But, that was cool last year. And, our practice on Thanksgiving is a big deal. We've done that twice since I've been here. And, I love that. I hope we can do it again.
Nice. Well, Coach, a couple easier ones here before we let you go. I hope we got this right. We heard you're a pretty big wrestling fan. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Do we really have to ask? Is that really a question? It's Ric Flair and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? It's Ric Flair without a doubt. He's wrestling his last match this weekend. He's 77 years old. He's gonna go out and kick Jay Lethal's butt. He's gonna beat Jeff Jarrett, that old dirty dog, 55 years old. He got to get out of there too, man. I love pro wrestling. I love it. I love old school pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this fake stuff now. All it is now is gymnastics. But yeah, I love anything Four Horsemen, Mid Atlantic, old school, man. That's me.
Very nice.
So is that your battle cry? Do you give the team a woo before each game or something like that?
Them dudes don't know nothing about woo. You know what I'm saying? I do it myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm up there wooing myself. But nah, man, they know I love it though. They give me a hard time about it. But see, the thing I hate, wrestling lost a generation. You know, unfortunately, it's lost a generation because the WWF went soft.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we got to get them guys back to understand how great it was.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, I was a big Stone Cold Steve Austin fan myself.
Love it.
All right, so as always, moving the chain style. We're foodies over here, so we're going down to Florence. What's the go-to spot to get a great meal in that area?
Apple Annie's is where you're going to go. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go out and have a good time, I think that's the spot. There's a bunch. The thing, our downtown is very vibrant now. There's Holy Smoking downtown, and taco places downtown. It's a really cool spot downtown. It looks a whole lot different than it did 20 years ago or 15 years ago the last time you went down there. It actually looks like a true downtown that you can enjoy. So they've done a good job of that too. Florence is growing, man.
Very nice. Coach, last question here. What are some of you guys' goals for the 2022 season?
Once again, I'm gonna go coach talk, but I think that you have to want to play for a state championship if you've done what we've done here since I've been here in the last 4 or 5 years. You have to want to take that next step. And we've gotten close, but at some point in time we got to win it all. And I don't know if we're good enough, but I got a group that'll fight their butt off and find a way to at least make this thing interesting.
There you go. Well, this has been great. Definitely one of the listeners and viewers to go check out Coach Jenerette and the West Florence program on social media. He does a great job on Twitter and Facebook, keeping you guys up to date with everything. So definitely follow them on there. Check us out as well at Movin' Chains, Google, Spotify, Facebook, all that stuff as well. Jerel, any other questions for Coach before we let him go today?
Oh, no more questions, but I just want to, wish Coach and his team, continued success. It was really fun watching them last year come together, make that great run. And I think they have a great team coming back, and we'll definitely have our eyes on that region for Moving the Chains because it's week in, week out. It's great games and just great football for the state of South Carolina. So continued success, Coach, and we look forward to watching your team this season.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Yeah, appreciate it, Coach. Hopefully catch you to practice your game soon.
All right.